First thing we're going to do, I want to react to a video by Mayazine. Mayazine is a channel that I'm a fan of. I like Mayazine's videos, and when I react to people's videos, I normally shout out the channel. So go subscribe to Mayazine. Really good like trend videos, asking, fashion students questions, those kind of videos. So yeah, it's really, really cool. But I wanted to react to one of her videos where she was interviewing fashion students and they were giving their trend predictions for 2025. So let's have a look and let's see what they were talking about. So let's see.
It's gonna be skinny jeans because like the whole lace thing is coming back.
Baggy jeans trend is kind of ending.
I know five-toe shoes is becoming such a thing, unfortunately.
Still want the Onitsuka Tigers.
Head layering, because I love to do multiple things on top of my head at the same time.
The short, like booty shorts from Tumblr. Skinny jeans, I feel like that's like a very popular one.
And then you really see people's...
It's so interesting that everyone in this video is saying like skinny jeans, which I kind of agree with in a sense, because the way fashion seems to be going back to like the 70s and 80s specifically. We've talked about this constantly. I mean, Kendrick Lamar was an ode to the 70s with the bell bottoms. We have the likes of Anthony Vaccarello and what YSL was doing, and sort of like an 80s aesthetic. And so simultaneously, you have people wearing skinny jeans, but then also wearing like bell bottoms. So I think it's interesting. Toe shoe is an industry plant. Wasn't it on the Balenciaga show, that collection that had the Lamborghini collaboration as well? I mean, Balenciaga have always done it, but I think it's just becoming a big thing now.
People's, a sense of identity get lost within the aesthetics.
I feel like it's just more dramatic.
Hello, beautiful people of the internet. Welcome back to my Senior Digital Fashion Magazine. Last video, we saw what trends New York City fashion students wanted to jump out of the window. And today we're going to be seeing what trends they want to jump back inside the window. Their trend predictions, the things that they're loving to see. All of this is very subjective, so I don't want anyone getting offended in the comments. Comment below what things you think.
Yeah, I always find it weird when people get offended by people's opinions in the comments. It's like someone thinks a trend is, they're making predictions. There's no, this person's dumb, and that people are strange. But yeah, it's crazy that she had to have that disclaimer. I don't know why people get so sensitive about these things. It's really odd. Really, really strange.
You think are underrated right now in fashion that you love rocking. And let's see what their juicy opinions are. Let's go. Let's go.
I know five-toe shoes is becoming such a thing, unfortunately. Yeah. I was here before.
So maybe I'm slow, but five-toe shoes, are they becoming more of a thing, or have they always been a thing? I feel like they've, the Vibram stuff with Balenciaga, someone said Avav had a pair. They seem like the kind of brand that would put that on the runway too. Is it becoming more of a thing? Because I haven't necessarily noticed more and more people wearing five toes, but it's definitely a thing. I can definitely agree with that.
I kind of feel like baggy jeans trend is kind of ending. More like kind of like straight fitted pants are coming.
Well, I'm gonna say what I want to wear, and I think
Okay.
other people should wear too.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of studded accessories, spiky things, and lace.
I don't know, it's a challenging question for me because maybe Maddie could agree. Like, I feel like we don't think about trends very much.
Yeah, for ourselves.
Yeah, I guess that's a good way to put it. I do want to wear more black. I'm so bad at wearing black, and I want to wear more black and be expressive in that way and figure out a way.
Straight fits, I think. You see a bit of it, but I think last year and the year before it was baggies, or like a lot of baggies. But I think we're gonna go back into like a slimmer fit, closer to the body, like form fitting.
I definitely agree with that, the sort of like form-fitting thing, because I think every single, minimalism brand, tailoring brand, they all have the same wide sort of boxy silhouette, and I think a lot of people are getting tired of it. So I think things will definitely seemingly move to a slimmer silhouette. I think that's definitely going to happen. If it's not this year, it's definitely going to happen in 2026 for sure.
Yeah. It's gonna be skinny jeans because like the whole lace thing is coming back, so it's like a whole hipster thing. But the whole thing is like skinny jeans with like boots. Like I think skinny jeans are only gonna work if it's like a wedge or like a tall like skinny boot. I don't think skinny jeans are gonna come back with like just sneakers. Does that make sense?
Also maximalism. I think maximalism is gonna just maxing out and having like a bunch of different even just take this for example.
This guy, whatever his name is cooking with the trend predictions. Maximalism, yes, I can also see that, mainly because once again, because every brand seems to be paring things back. And, I always say there's so many brands that look the same these days. It's the issue I had with the new Gucci because Gucci didn't really have its own identity. It kind of looked like a mixed match of so many other brands that exist. So I think, and of course, because fast fashion brands copy what all these brands are doing and what's trending from these brands. So I think people are kind of getting tired with minimalism and things will start to move back to maximalism. So yeah, this guy's cooking.
Like he has like a bunch of different things going on here, like a bunch of different like styles fused together in one, but it still like looks good in a way. So I think people just mixing styles and putting things together is gonna like experimentation and stuff like that.
Honestly, especially what I see most in social media and like the more that I see it is that we're like really overflow with data on like especially trends and like the way things works. You know, we see like the course and everything that happens around that, and I feel like it really like limits an expression and agency for people a lot of the times. Just because there's something that you'll really like out there that you see other people doing it might not mean that it's necessarily the thing that you love yourself. And I see sometimes people falling into the aesthetics of things just because it's easily accessible and acquirable, but then there's not really much thought that goes behind it, and then you really see people's, you know, a sense of identity get lost within the aesthetics. So I guess just
Well, this is normal. I mean, what this person here is describing is extremely normal. I mean, that's the issue I have with trends most times because of how people interact with trends. I don't think trends are inherently wrong. I think fashion changes in general. That's always been a thing. However, I think there's a lack of individuality within the trends. What you're supposed to use trends and see kind of what you like and what fits into your own aesthetic or how you want to dress. And it's more, you should see it more as like something to add to your wardrobe rather than completely changing your wardrobe to the trends. And that's the issue, because then that leads to overconsumption, that leads to people dilly-dallying from aesthetic and not really having any sort of cohesive aesthetic and not really, you know, building silhouettes and stuff like that, figuring out what works for their body, all that kind of stuff. So it's not even good for the environment. It's bad for so many reasons also. But that's a normal thing. That's a very, very normal thing, actually. Let's see what Alex said. I feel maximalism will be bigger in 2026. We are still in a recession and most people go with minimalism/basics. Yes, but I also think sometimes in recessions, people rebel. So you think of like the 60s, for example. The 60s was a time when a lot of people were struggling, but then people were like, you know what? We're going to rebel and we're going to dress a different way. So I think not every single time when there's a recession, people, you know, are just like paring things back and being minimal. It happens sometimes, but not all of the time.
it's just much that I really just it's really corny, but be yourself genuinely and like find things that you enjoy personally for yourself.
Skinny jeans, I feel like that's like a very popular one. But also, I'm sick of crop shirts. I'm sick of like crop long sleeve shirt. Like I just want a long sleeve shirt that's gonna like cover my stomach and not be cropped so I wouldn't be freezing.
I've been really liking the honestly like riding boot style. Like I feel like I've been seeing that a lot recently on like runways and stuff. I've been loving people carrying their bags like holding them from the base like that. I don't know. I just like that vibe.
I feel like Miu Miu's been kind of having a moment. I think the most recent runway was really cool, where it's like it incorporated business attire, but like being slouchy and had like swimwear and stuff like that. I kind of like, I guess, the business casual, but turned down a little bit. I think that's cool.
I love layering. I am so excited for.
I mean, what makes the Miu Miu stuff cool is it's basically business casual for the modern person, right? Because that's how people go to the office now. People don't dress as seriously or as corporate as they used to unless you work in certain industries like finance. So it's actually suitable to dress that way, and kind of Miu Miu is not inventing the wheel. They're kind of just presenting what kind of already exists. They're almost kind of sitting perfectly in the current zeitgeist. That's basically what Miu Miu is doing.
For layers, and it gets really, really cold. So I'm excited for that. I literally just saw someone walking by wearing like skirts and pants together, and I do that sometimes, and I love that a lot. Also chunky boots.
For me, it's definitely like hat or like head layering, because I love to do multiple things on top of my head at the same time. I think more people need to do that.
Still want the Onitsuka Tigers.
Yes.
Do you have any? No. My friends have, and I really want the silver ones, so that's like on the wish list.
I'm loving a French braid right now.
Being more intentional about what you buy, and also like thinking about if you can like see yourself wearing this like next year or even like a couple years down the line, and being like more resourceful and mindful about stuff like that.
I'm looking forward to long, like very maxi skirts, and she's got a really cute one actually, like the lacy maxi skirts. I feel like it's just more dramatic.
But I do love how people are like accessorizing their sneakers and just like accessorizing all that with like all the little bows, the beads, the pearls. I definitely want to see more of that. So for this fall, I'm definitely loving that kind of like vintage grandmother aesthetic, oversized knit sweaters that have all the crazy prints. And I know those go for extremely expensive now, but I just love seeing.
I'm not gonna lie, those just look like Christmas sweaters that we wear in the UK. Those are the kind of sweaters people wear when Christmas comes around.
Such unique pieces like that.
Wear more dresses casually. I haven't like I feel really formal if I wear a dress, and so like I want to find more stuff that I could wear on the day-to-day. Most of my casual outfits lean towards mask, and then like my like special outfits lean toward femme, and I want to like be able to mix them up a little bit more.
I think for me, just like pattern tights or like tights with like printed graphics on it. I think those are really fun, and I'm trying to incorporate more color into my wardrobe because literally my closet looks like a hole, like just like a black hole. So I just like make things a little bit more fun and be more playful with my attire.
This is probably not a trend, but I really want to try metal armbands, like for the upper arm. I think that would be sick. Or armor, like armor in general. I would totally do that if it wasn't so expensive.
I want to learn how to wear heels because I can't walk in it. I want a cute little girly heel like a lady.
The short, like booty shorts from Tumblr. I wouldn't wear those, but I respect it if other people wear it.
Just kind of generally over the past couple years.
Wait, what was she talking about? The booty shorts from Tumblr? Like, what period? Because, I mean, we were using Tumblr for a very long time. She talking about, like, the sort of Y2K booty shorts, or, like, what exactly?
Years, like Y2K fashion has been really big, and like I've always like been very drawn to it, especially because, you know, growing up watching early 2000s media. So again, even in my low-key fits, it's very inspired by that.
Yeah, Siobhan, I'm actually with you when it comes to the fun tights. I think it's a good style tip because if you're wearing all black, you can kind of add texture and color to your outfit by wearing colored tights and stuff like that. So I think that's really cool. But I don't know if that's a trend because people have always done that. I feel like people have always done that. And I don't think all of a sudden more people are going to start doing that, but it's a good style tip for sure. Style hack 101.
I really love the comeback of especially like skinnier like Y2K sunglasses. I lost my pair recently, and that's something I definitely need to search for to find a good pair again.
I don't know if it's really a trend, but I'm excited as it's getting colder to see everybody's furs come back out again. I love the use of vintage fur. It's so warm and beautiful.
So fur, yes. So many runway shows during the menswear season had fur. On some sort, fur trimmings, just complete fur jackets. Obviously, most of them want real fur because real fur is kind of becoming outlawed in fashion these days. So they're all like some form of like synthetic fur or whatever. But that's definitely something that's coming. Like we couldn't get away from this recent menswear season for sure.
Those fur hats I actually really love. I've been trying to like find one specifically, but they never fit me.
Alrighty, so this was the video. I really hope you enjoyed it. I feel like I say that every time, but it's true. I really hope you enjoyed the video because I put a lot of hours into it. I have a second channel where we talk about more serious stuff like relationships and self-care and work-life balance. So if you're interested.
Okay, the video is basically done. But yeah, that was a cool little, you know, fashion predictions video. Shout out to Mayazine, big fan of her channel. I really enjoy like watching some of the videos that she makes. So yeah, it's cool. What do you guys think though? What do you guys think are going to be the trends moving forward? I think boot cuts and bell bottoms, and some people don't even. I saw in my comment section on my Kendrick Lamar video, people don't actually know there's a difference between boot cuts and bell bottoms. But I think both of them are coming back because it's just like 70s, 80s revival. I think that's where fashion is going. So I think that's going to be like a really huge trend for sure. And maximalism, even I saw some of you in the chat saying that you don't necessarily think it's going to come as early as I think it will. And maybe it might come next year. Maybe I can see that, but I know it's going to come soon. It's definitely going to come soon. Yeah, everyone's saying boot cuts and crop jackets together. The trends are getting ugly again. I'm sticking to my mum jeans. That's the thing about trends. Just because something is trendy doesn't mean you have to adopt it into your style. You just observe the trends and then see if you like it and if you want to adopt it, but it's not compulsory. I think the biggest issue with fashion now is that everyone, especially younger kids more so, feel like they need to fit into the new trend. So they're always cycling their wardrobes. It's really bad. Siobhan says, I feel like we have microtrends and personal style still, but nothing really defining with the downfall of luxury and celebrities. Yeah, that's true. What did I think about the Tom Brown show? So I haven't seen the Tom Brown show. I've seen snippets, as I always do, but I'm going to be reviewing it soon though. I will be reviewing it. Are we moving on from Y2K looks? I don't think so. I think we're kind of, where we're going in fashion, we're kind of adopting aspects of Y2K with, you know, aspects of the 80s and 70s. I feel like the next era is going to be a mix of that. A fashion desperately clamoring for identity, causing it to endlessly regurgitate the styles of the past instead of heading in a new direction. Yeah, this is one of my issues with designers mainly, because a lot of designers, they look back too much and it's quite annoying. It's like, why don't you take inspiration from just things that aren't even to do with clothes and try to use that to kind of push fashion forward? Everyone's like, yeah, like I referenced this Margiela collection, or it's so, because then it's just a regurgitation of what we've seen already. I'd rather designers try to push things forward or try to modernize stuff. That's why I was a big fan of Anthony Vaccarello's YSL collection, because he's trying to modernize an Yves Saint Laurent boot for men in 2025. So I'm a fan of designers that actually try.